surprisingly challenging because whenever you hear models say that, you're like, okay, yeah, sure.
Just going to cleanse so you have a nice clean base to start off with. So I'm going to just use the Aqua Primer, which is a great base. It's nice and light fluid. Just going to apply that all over the face. You can even put it under the eyes and on the eyelids. It helps the eyeshadow stay on better. It's good to put something on your lips to get them in good condition at the start before you do all your makeup. This is Dazzling Sip. It's a sort of shimmering lip balm. It's got a little bit of a hint of colour to it. It's nourishing and moisturising, and it'll help the lips look really great by the time we get around to sort of putting a colour on them. They'll look really juicy and fresh. So what I'm going to use on your skin is probably a tinted moisturiser, just because you have got really gorgeous freckles and I don't want to cover them up. I'm going to work with this Sonia. This is your colour. Nice and fair. I'm going to use a brush to put that on with too. It makes a nicer finish. So I normally start in the centre of the face where you tend to have the most kind of pigmentation issues, you know, a little bit of redness. Just sort of blend it out with your fingers, so you're really making sure you don't use too much product. Particularly areas around the nose and on the chin, they tend to get the most red, especially when you're sort of your age. Concentrating on the main centre part of the face and blending that out, so it really is a really sheer look. Now I like to put a little bit of the foundation over the eyelids just to cancel out the natural redness we have there. Just blend that over. Eye makeup will go on better and you'll get rid of any redness which doesn't look great. It's quite a little easy trick. If you don't want to wear any makeup at all other than a bit of base, then this will make you look a lot more fresh. Just blend that gently under the eye. Never be rough under that eye area because that's going to be the first place to get old. So I'm going to use one of the concealers. I've got one which is more pink based called Orionis, which is nice for you because you are so fair. So I'm just going to pump a little bit out onto my hand. Just apply this just under the eye. You don't want a thick coverage at all, you just want a little light veil of colour under there. Right out to the outer corner. It's just about lifting your eye so your natural eye colour will show out more than anything else. And then with the same product you can go around the nose, around the lips. It helps to bring out the sort of Cupid's bow and things like that. So I'm just going to go lightly around the nose, because a little bit more red there. And maybe a tiny bit on your chin just to lift that. Really natural look. Just going to put a little bit around the edges of the lips too, just to highlight them. Got great lips. So I'm going to use the highlighting liquid on you just to make you really fresh and luminous. This is Sea of Clouds. Also going to use Sea of Tranquility on you because you've got the sort of pink tones and the more white tones. So we're going to blend those together and really make your skin glow. It's not shiny, it's more pearlescent. It's sort of clear, more translucent, and it's just really going to highlight specific areas of the face that you want to lift. So what I'm going to do with this is going to apply it on the tops of the cheekbones where I want the light to really catch. You can do this with your fingers or you can do it with a brush. Don't be shy with it, even though it looks quite white in the packaging, it really will lift your face. If you just come around to the side of the eyes, it will help you look much more awake, really picking out the tops of the cheekbones and the sort of eye socket area. So I'm just going to apply this also down the bridge of the nose just to catch the light, but never on the end of the nose. You don't want the actual bulb of your nose to be shiny, but if you can catch the light down the centre, that looks great. Another great place for this is just on the Cupid's bow here, and you can even blend it down the whole of the top lip line. It will just help really catch the light there. Basically, you want to apply it wherever the light naturally hits your face first. So like where you would get tanned more, so across the forehead, a bit on the chin, on your cheekbones. That's the easiest way to remember where you to put it, is where the light hits first. A little bit on the chin there, looking good. I'm going to put just a little tiny bit of this Sea of Tranquility just in the corners of your eyes too. Right, so now we're going to do something to accent your eyes. Alabaster Starling is an all-over base, which is a nice sort of translucent, shimmering colour. Now by now your primer is sort of sunken into that eyelid. Just give it a rub to make sure it's all blended in, so you've got no creases of product there. And we'll just wash this over the entire eyelid, from the lashes right up to the brow bone. With these eyeshadows, You really don't need a great deal of product to get a fantastic colour payoff as well. Smooth out the eyelid and wash it from eyelash to eyebrow. We want to put a little bit of depth into the eye. It's going to help the eye colour come out. So I've chosen Veiled Lyrebird. So we're going to just apply that from your eyelashes just up to the crease, but all over. So just a nice veil of colour. Don't want any harsh lines, you just want it blended. You could do this with your fingertips. It works equally as well with these eyeshadows. They come out really well with fingertips if you're not a brush fan. So now just to sort of define your eyes, I'm going to do a line of eyeliner. I'm going to use a Kohl Delilah, which is a nice rich brown. You don't have to be too perfect with this line. I like to lift the eyelid up so I get right into the roots of the lashes. You don't want to see any sort of pink fleshy skin there, that's not what you're after. So just apply that quite liberally along the top lashes, spreading that line about. You don't want it to be harsh, but it will help to define her lovely blue eyes. So this is a really nice colour for daytime. You don't always want to be wearing black eyeliner, it's a bit harsh. Particularly on fairer skins, a brown can look much more elegant than a black. So I'm going to use our fantastic eye brightening pencil. This opens up the eye. The white, once you put that on the inner rim of the eye, it just makes the eye appear a lot more fresh and awake. It's a great trick for sort of daytime, particularly if you've had a bit of a late night. So we're going to get some mascara on you. I'm going to use a nice brown mascara, golden charcoal, so it's a really nice, again, sort of auburney colour. Although people love their lashes showing, they still will with brown, but it won't be quite so dramatic. It'll just be that little bit more natural. So make sure you get it right from the roots up. If you get any mascara on your actual eyelid, it's easy just to clean off with a Q-tip. Just going to put a light veil of mascara on your lower lashes, so you've got really gorgeous ones. The perfect complement to this makeup would be a nice groomed brow. I am going to use Bejeweled Skylark, and we're going to mix that with my aqua primer. Groom your eyebrows with a brush, just lift them up so you can see the natural line where they're meant to fall. We're just going to do gentle short strokes. We don't want it too painted on, but it just is gently filling them in. Short sharp strokes, don't do long strokes because it starts to look unnatural, you know? You want it to sort of emulate the pattern of your hair. Eyebrows should start at the corner of the eye, you can measure it there, so yours are starting in the right place. And then you should have the top of your arch level with the end of the iris of your eye, and it should taper down from there. Never be tempted to over pluck, it's never a good look. You generally want your eyebrows to match your hair, they're going to look more natural that way. So I'm just taking the arch up and then tapering off. You can use a cotton bud to help you taper as well if you're finding it difficult to get that shape. Take it from above, it will help to sharpen the end. So if you look at the difference between your one eye and the other, it really does frame your face. This is a great product too, because you can use the blush wand in Vermeer. You could use it on your eyes, you could use it on your lips, you can use it on your cheeks. It's a really, really useful product, and it's small, so it will go in your bag, but it lasts for ages. Just keep looking at yourself, turn your head side to side, and then you know whether you're getting equal amounts of blush on. I don't want your lips to kind of fight with your eyes for attention, but I do want them to stand out. So I'm going to use a really natural lip liner called Rolled, and then I'm going to mix in a sort of sheer lipstick with that, okay? Now these lip liners are fantastic. They don't drag on the skin. And once you've put them there, they really, they will give you a full day of colour. I'm going to apply it all over your lip as a really nice base. It will help other lipsticks to stay on better. So we've not changed the shape of your natural lip, we've just sort of filled it in for now. I'm going to use the shimmering lip colour on you in Tongue Tickles. Really nice fresh colour. So we're just going to liberally apply this over the top of that lip liner. You don't feel like you're wearing a bright colour, but it's giving you a little bit of something just to pick up. All the lip liners in our range are very natural. If you wanted, you could have used the blush on your lips as well. That would have worked fine. So if you didn't want to get all the products, you could have just gone with that. Now, just as a sort of final finishing touch, I'm going to take one of our highlighting powders, Sweet to Touch. It's a nice pink base here, which is quite unusual for a highlighting powder actually. So this one's got nice gold particles in it, so it's going to help cancel any redness, but it's also going to give you a really nice sheen just to sort of finish off your look. So you can apply that pretty liberally across the whole face. It's great, in place of a powder, if you've got a bit of redness, it's really going to cut it out because of the gold particles in it. And everything has a kind of nice smell to it, some nice ingredients in these products. You can just blend this down the neck.
Okay.
So this is a nice sort of finished, natural look. How do you feel? Do you feel naturally done up, but just sort of groomed?
It's really nice. It's sort of, it's quite subtle, but I don't sort of feel like all naked and bare. Just, yeah.
Good.
Really nice day makeup.
Good.